So, Robert Kiyosaki shared something important that I want you to take note of. He was talking to Miss Alex about financial education for millennials and mentioned a mistake he still hears often from young people. I don't need to worry about money because I'm still young. He made it clear how dangerous that mindset can be. Time, he said, is one of your greatest assets, but it can also become your biggest liability if you don't use it wisely. Now, as Robert's 77 years old, he's seen friends who made a lot of money but ended up with nothing because they didn't prioritize what really mattered. So the lesson here is clear. Start thinking about your financial future now, before time gets away from you. Robert went on to say that many people, especially when they're young, end up in situations where they have everything: nice houses, cars, and even big families. But despite all the material wealth, they end up missing the bigger picture. Being young is great, but it can also be a liability if you're not careful. You're caught up in the excitement of life, having fun, and everything feels new. But here's the lesson. Too many young people focus on the wrong things. They think the goal is to make a lot of money, and I've heard it in their words. I want a career, or I'm going to start my own business. Robert shared a concept from his cash flow quadrant, which explains the different ways people make money. E is for employees, is for small business or self-employed, like a doctor, lawyer, or web designer. B is for big business, 500 employees or more. I is for investor. When Robert was young, he knew he wanted to be in the B and I quadrants, the areas where the real wealth is. But he reminded us that getting there takes time, and it's the hardest path to take. The biggest mistake young people make, according to him, is focusing too much on what they love or on short-term goals. They forget that building true wealth and success is a long-term journey. Robert also pointed out an important truth. In real life, sometimes you have to do things you don't like to achieve your bigger goals. He shared that people think he enjoys writing books, but in reality, he hates it. However, writing books serves his greater purpose in life, even though it's not his passion. His true purpose was to get to the level of financial success he's at now. The mistake he sees so many young people make is getting trapped in doing what they love instead of focusing on their long-term goals. As Robert mentioned, people in certain areas get hit with the highest taxes: 40% for employees, 60% for small business owners, 20% for big business owners, and 0% for investors. When Robert was younger, he knew he wanted to be an investor and big business owner, and it wasn't going to happen by doing what he loved. He had to learn things he hated, like taxes, debt, and insurance. He spent time doing things that weren't fun so he could reach his purpose, helping more people and becoming financially independent. One thing Robert emphasized was that passion can be selfish, while purpose is about serving others. His purpose led him to focus on building his wealth so he could serve more people. He also explained that while some young people say they want to follow their passion, they're often talking about small business or working for themselves, where they'll face high taxes and less freedom. He added that the mistake young people make is thinking they can only either do what they love or aim for financial success. What they should focus on is investing in what they love. In other words, look at the bigger picture first. Many people, especially young and short-sighted individuals, don't realize that success in wealth creation often involves doing things you don't like in the beginning, but it pays off in the long run. Robert continued by explaining how, when he was in his 20s, he already knew that the richest people own businesses. He said the key difference between small business owners or self-employed people and real business owners is this: if you're self-employed, you can't stop working. He shared that he stopped working years ago because he built businesses, and it was a painful process to get there, but it was worth it. For Robert, his number one focus was on building a business. He was willing to do whatever it took, studying taxes, debt, insurance, accounting, and lawsuits, all through the lens of business. After that, he turned his attention to real estate, which he loves, but he pointed out that most people can't do what he does because they don't have a business first. Robert then talked about how his wife, Kim, made the switch to using other people's money to invest, which allowed her to reach new levels of success. For Robert, it's not about doing what he loves all the time. It's about doing what's necessary to acquire the assets he loves. He loves having a business because it gives him the lifestyle he wants, and it's the foundation that supports his investments in real estate. While most people invest in paper, stocks, bonds, mutual funds, ETFs, that's not Robert's game. He doesn't love it. In fact, he hates it. But for those who are focused on careers and climbing the ladder, it works for them. He emphasized that building real wealth through business and real estate is what he values, not the middle-class approach of working for a career. Finally, Robert mentioned commodities like food, oil, gold, and silver, which he loves to invest in. He gave an example of investing in avocado farms because that's something he's passionate about. For Robert, the key is to invest in what you love, not just do what you love. He doesn't get excited by stocks and bonds, but he gets excited about investing in businesses and real estate. So, while most people focus on doing what they love and end up stuck in the middle, people like Steve Jobs, Mark Zuckerberg, and Jeff Bezos succeeded by building businesses and investing. That was Robert's plan from the start. Robert emphasized that many people chase shiny objects like Bitcoin, thinking it's a quick path to wealth. While it's possible to make money with these things, they come with high risks. Robert explained that the higher the risk, the more education and effort are required to succeed. For instance, if you want to fly a Cessna 172, the risk is low, but flying internationally requires much more skill and study. Most people stick to safer options, like 401ks and Bitcoin, because they avoid the risk that comes with building a real business or investing in real estate. He shared a story about his mentor, Frank, who tested his dedication by sending him to Peru to learn about IPOs. It cost Robert a lot of money and time, but the lesson was clear. Success requires sacrifice and the willingness to go beyond what's comfortable. Frank wanted to see if Robert had the determination to make it in high-risk ventures, which require deep knowledge and experience. In contrast, many people stick to paper assets like stocks and bonds because they are liquid, meaning you can sell them and exit easily if you make a mistake. Robert emphasized that liquidity is crucial when you're starting out. While stocks, bonds, and ETFs are more accessible, real estate and businesses are less liquid, meaning mistakes can be harder to recover from. The less liquid your investment, the higher your financial IQ needs to be. For Robert, investing in what you love isn't just about choosing what's easy or what feels fun. It's about making the smart choices that will help you build wealth and freedom in the long term. This mindset is what allowed Robert to build his success by investing in things that aligned with his purpose, not just chasing the next big thing.